Become a channel member and support the content. You also get access to exclusive videos. You'll get an emote next to your name in the comments. The link for that can be found next to the subscribe button or in the description. And beat the random lottery that is FIFA points by buying the coins direct from u7buy.com. Use code TVM at checkout for a 5% discount, or if you're a new customer, get 8% discount. The link is down below. What is going on, guys? TVM here. Welcome back to a brand new video. We are going to look at some potential icon swap players for what could be icon swaps 2 tomorrow. I'm not convinced they're going to drop it tomorrow. It is a brand new season, of course, so I don't know, we'll have to wait and see what happens. But I've gone on to Futbin. Here we are right now, and we're looking at the current icon swaps. I have modded this to maybe include some potential players and packs that we could get for icon swaps 2. But I thought I'd take a look, first of all, at these 3 at the bottom. These are the cheapest ones, right? So you've got this normal sort of rubbish swaps thing that is to do with the FGS. And then you have the 2 ultimate packs for 2 tokens. I've got a very strong feeling that they will keep this in particular. These are very useful for things like promos. So you've got like your team of the season promo coming up. Okay, it's a little bit away, but I think by the time the second half of Icon Swaps 2 would be around, I'm pretty sure you'd be in and around where team of the season is. If not there already, you would be close to. So the 85 times 5 pack, of course, is the other option. And over on the right hand side there, we've also got the 83 times 25 pack. They're for 3 and 5 tokens. They're there already. I've not changed them in any way. I believe they will stay the same. There is every chance they could give you 3 or 4 ultimate packs, but I doubt it. And there is every chance they could make it repeatable as well. That is something I actually thought that the first one was. I thought it was repeatable. So I thought maybe you could just keep getting 2 tokens and keep taking 2 ultimate packs. There would be nothing wrong with that either. I think I would welcome that, actually. But I think these 2 100%, and probably the ultimate packs, are going to stay into the new icon swaps. But that's the first little section. Let me know what you think about those. Do you want to see them return? I do. I like them. I think there's an awful lot of potential there. But let's move on to the next step, and that is the first set of players. So as you can see, this has been modded a little bit to sort of coincide with what I believe will be in Icon Swaps 2. Up first for 7 tokens, I think it was Nemanja Vidic from the first one for 7 tokens. I've swapped him out with a similar player in terms of price and of course in terms of like rating. We are talking about Philipp Lahm. Now with Philipp Lahm, he's a new player, much like Nemanja Vidic. They have been introducing new players into swaps and into SBCs as well, and it's obviously to try and show them off and to get people to do them because they think, well, it's a new player, people are going to want him. And to be fair with Lahm, it's not far from the truth. This looks like a decent card. For 7 tokens, I'd be inclined to do this, you know? I would be inclined to do this. I think Nemanja Vidic was decent at the very beginning, and I think Lahm gives you that. It's not like an end game card, but it's definitely worth looking into. Mid-icon pack replaces the base icon pack. I think this is pretty self-explanatory. I'd be very surprised if they didn't do this for 8 tokens. What I did, and obviously it depends on how many tokens they give us, or potentially give us if we unlock them all, of course. But what I did was I went for the base icon pack, which was 8 tokens, and then I got the 2 ultimate packs, the 85-5 pack and the 83-25, which I think is pretty much what most people did. There are a few people out there who, of course, would have taken Nemanja Vidic, but most people would have taken that base icon pack. I can't remember who I got out of it. It was either Samuel Eto'o or who was it? Maybe Xavi? I think I did an icon pack and got Eto'o, and I got Xavi out of the base icon pack from swaps. I think I got them like within 2 days. One or the other, either way, I think that's what's going to happen. Moving over to the next player, Roberto Baggio replaces, I believe, Hagi. Hagi, of course, is in this current set. I think they'll give us someone along the lines of Baggio. This is the mid card. A little bit more expensive than Hagi. In fact, quite a lot more expensive than Hagi. But I've got this on my Road to Glory account. I packed him out of an icon pack. And he's pretty good. His stamina lets him down big time. He is very good on the ball control, passing, etc. Very nice. But like I said, the stamina lets him down. It's one of those cards that looks good on the face value of things, and then when you start looking into it a little bit deeper, you kind of see, oh, there's a few cracks here or there. Do I really want to be spending what is going to be like 9 tokens on this type of card? I'm not sure, but I think that's a similar option to what we're going to get. And then, of course, we have the mid or prime icon pack. Now, this is going to replace the base or mid icon pack. Will they really give us a chance at a prime icon for, what, 10 tokens? It's only 2 tokens more than the mid icon pack. Quite possibly, because what you're essentially giving up there is the ultimate packs as well, right? So if we have enough tokens to claim the mid icon pack and then the 3 at the bottom, you could take this mid or prime icon pack, but then you could only take the 85.5 and the 83.25. You couldn't take the ultimate pack. Can't remember how many tokens we had on offer. Was it 18? I'm pretty sure it was 18, yeah? Because the bottom's 2 and then that's 8. Yeah, that makes sense. But I think Lahm is a solid shout. I think he's the type of player we can expect. Same with Baggio as well. And then, of course, the mid or prime icon pack, I think, will definitely feature at some point. Whether it'll be featured for 10 tokens or not, I don't know. Let's move on to the next row. And in the next row, we have some tasty cards. There is one bum card, in my opinion, who I think we can all expect this type of bum card for in and around 13 tokens. We'll get to that when we get to it. First up, though, is going to be the 11 token player. Now, I can't remember. I think it might be Davor Suker in the current icon swaps, who's the 11 token player. But I've gone for, of course, as you can read it there, Michael Essien. Is he really worth grinding all the way up to 11 tokens? I don't know. You'd have to answer that yourself. I think he's worth between 700,000 and 800,000 coins, though. So I suppose even though it is only what I believe to be the... Is it the mid? I can't quite read it on my preview screen. I think it's the mid. Might even be the base. I'm not sure. Either way, I think it's going to come down to the individual, whether you think this is worth it or not. But, I mean, personally, I would avoid this like the plague. And it's going to be the same as... I think it's going to be the same situation with most of the icons available. They just, you know, they're sort of hit and miss. They're only going to appeal to a select few people, and that sort of is going to take us over to the other icon in just a second. But Michael Essien, not a bad shout, quite expensive. Prime icon pack, few tokens more than the mid or primes. You are going to guarantee yourself this. I think this replaces the mid icon pack that is currently in swaps. As I've tried to do that, I've tried to keep it as sort of true to what it is right now. Moving on to the player to our right-hand side over there, you can see him. It is Ashley Cole. This is the prime version of Ashley Cole. He's not a great-looking card, if I'm honest. I mean, it's all right for a left-back, but I know I've got 2 left-backs in there in Philip Lahm as well, and I did notice that. As I'd finished putting Ashley Cole in, I thought, I've already got a left-back in Philip Lahm, but then again, that's such an EA thing to do. Give us Lahm, who in my opinion is better than Ashley Cole in this game, and then give us the prime Cole. Make him more expensive, even though Lahm is better and cheaper. That is such an EA thing to do. Moving over to the 90+ Prime Icon Pack. Now, that would be tempting, wouldn't it? Now, it's a little bit better sounding than it actually is. So, there's only 188 Prime Icon. That's Nakata. There's a few 89. And then the majority of them are 90+ anyway. So, even though it sounds like, oh my god, you're going to get a banger, there are an awful lot of bad cards in there, you know. Even though they're prime icons, there's an awful lot of cards that you just would not want to pull. So even though it sounds good, it's not as good as you'd think it is. I think that pack replaces the 89 mid-icon pack that is currently available in Swaps 1, but I've put a 90+ prime icon. But as you can see, if you were to go for these or go for one of the other icons, I think you might be in better position than go in for this prime or go in for that 90+. I just don't really see that they would be worth the grind for them when you can go and get loads of 85s or 83+s and those ultimate packs where you could essentially get an icon anyway. Let's move on to the final set, and that is going to bring us to probably definitely two of the better icons and potentially one of the best packs that I think a lot of people might go for, and that is, of course, the pack on the end there onto the left. But we'll talk about David Beckham first. 14 tokens. Could be a thing. He's not as expensive as I thought he was. It is the prime icon, and he's coming in at around 900k right now, which is a little bit more expensive than the player that is currently in this position. I want to say, and I might be wrong in saying this, but I want to say it's Rijkaard, and like I said, I might be wrong in saying it's Rijkaard because I can't quite remember. But David Beckham's 92 rated card, again, it's a new card in FIFA. They like to introduce the new cards into swaps and into SBCs and such, and I would not be surprised at all to see David Beckham's prime feature in swaps some way or another. They've given us the free version. Now this is EA saying, look, you can get a better version than the one you already have. You just have to grind like you've never ground before for him. 14 tokens is a lot. If you've only got 4 left over then as well, you'd have to make a decision. For 16 tokens, Prime Moments Icon Pack. I was tempted to switch these around, but it's, you know, it's a bit weird because I've changed it to 1 of 4 mid-icon player pick. At the moment, EA have the base icon player pick at 17 tokens, I think it is, which I think is a little bit too expensive. I think where this Prime Moments icon pack is the 89 plus, or it might even be a Prime icon pack. I can't quite remember. Either way, I think I might have switched them around, really. Make the pick 16 and then make the Moments 17. But just to end things off, we are going to talk about Stochkov. This guy is a very expensive card, coming in at between 1.5 and 1.7, I think, depending on your platform. That is a very, very expensive card. It is the top end, 17 tokens. We may get a 24 token swaps this time around, though. If they start it tomorrow on a Friday, at the start of a new season, I firmly believe we'll get a 24 token swaps. But I've based it off an 18 token swaps because that's what we currently have, and it was just easier to do it that way. There are a few other cards that are worth a mention and that I think we may very well see, and we'll talk about those in just a second. We'll go over them very briefly because I don't want to drag this video out too much. But it wasn't a lot of work, but it was a little bit fiddly here or there. So hopefully you appreciate the footbin look. And one of the players we could get, Ronaldinho. I think we had him in swaps last year. I think he was the one of, if not the highest token player. It was up there. It was like 20-something tokens in a 24-token season. So I wouldn't be surprised to see him, and I would welcome it as well. I would go after him 100%. Up next is Yasheen. I don't think we've had a goalkeeper yet in terms of... We've had Van der Sar, actually, in terms of an SBC, but we've not had a good goalkeeper, because Van der Sar in this game, the base version anyway, is horrendous, and I don't care what you can't change my mind on that, but Yasheen would be nice. That's the prime. Maldini's mid, 92 rated, looks like an insane card. Great defending, very good pace. Would not turn this down. These, of course, could come in forms of SBCs, because we are due new SBCs in like a day or two as well as maybe the swaps. So I would welcome them either way. Mateus is another player that we could end up seeing as an SBC or as part of swaps. I'd be surprised if it did come as part of swaps, if I'm honest, unless it was the top-end card, because, again, this is another one of those very expensive players. To be fair, the cards I've put here as potential players we could see are all expensive. 90 rated George Best. Again, looks like a banging card. But I think this is the mid, though. I don't believe this is the prime. The prime, is the prime 92 or 93? Either way, I think if we were to see that again, if it was in swaps, it would be the highest rated or the highest token amount card. This is a player that I think we definitely can see. This is the base Eusebio, and a lot of people will go for him because he is that meta and one of those cards that is still worth millions of coins. Wouldn't be surprised if it was an SBC, but I think it may just creep into swaps, but it will be the highest or one of the highest token players. And finally, Eric Cantona, 90 rated. This is the mid Eric Cantona. I'd find this very difficult to turn down, to be honest. If this was an SBC, I would find it difficult to not do. And if it was in swaps, I would be very tempted. If they released this and Ronaldinho, I honestly don't know what I would do. I'm not a Man United fan or a Leeds fan or any other club that he's ever played for, but I just like him, even though he crushed my dreams in 1996. Anyway, that is the end of Icon Swaps 2 predictions. I have gone to a fair amount of work there, so hopefully it looked good. I did maybe talk a little bit more than I should have done, but yeah, I think it looked quite good overall. If you want to see prediction videos in that format more often, then feel free to let me know. I can definitely do it. Or do you prefer the just show the card, move on to the next card, move on to the next card sort of thing? Let me know. Or maybe even a combination of both. I kind of like doing that. If you have enjoyed this video and maybe you like to throw in another icon into the ring, feel free to let me know in the comments. Subscribe to the channel if you're new, of course, and until the next time, goodbye.
Join the Betting Rebellion and find out what your football knowledge is really worth.